All right, and inside here we have multiple options. So let's start with deformation, blend hair curve. And in order to make it work, we need to first convert our mesh into curve. So we have mesh to curve node, and you can see this is how we get a mesh into curve. And then later we are passing it through a blend hair curves. Okay, and we get interesting result, right? Now you might be wondering what is exactly this. Well, you can see how amazingly it is connected. Like it is just giving us a similar operation like trim curve, but it is also contracting the edges towards the center of that. Then we get different options to blend the radius and blend into neighbors, so we can generate like very sci-fi-ish kind of animation look, and we can make really cool amazing animations, as you can see. So this is how we use blend hair curves. We also get input option for boolean, so if you want, you can add additional stuff like that. So it is a blend hair curves. And then let's continue with our second node, which is a displace hair curves. Remember, as I said, all these hair curves node are only going to work on the actual curves. So you have to make sure we have curves applied before. So displace hair curves, as its name says, it is going to displace your hair curve on display vector, like on x, minus x, then y. Let me just do this there. On y, minus y, and z and minus z. So it is going to displace the curves. We can also switch the factor and shape as well to get really interesting look. And we also have a surface normal option where we can choose any different object in order to modify its surface normal. But pretty much it is very self-explanatory. There is nothing much complicated to understand, right? So it was that. Then we have freeze hair curves. So freeze hair curves, as it says, it is going to just freeze the hair curvatures, and we can tweak the shapes. And the much better way to visualize this is with help of cube. So let's actually do that. Shape, and I don't think it can. Okay, now it can. So it works in very cool way. It acts like switch. We can change the seed, we can preserve the length in order to get a desired look. But what it is going to do, it is going to split from the connected edges, and it is going to give us a very weird kind of cube edges. We can also modify the distance between that. We can modify the shape, if it is an open shape or a closed shape, depending what you want. And also we can, if we can add a trim curve, we can animate the ends and start position in order to get animated look. Then we have hair curves noise, right? So hair curve noise, as it says, it is going to create a noise on top of the hair curves, right? We can change the scale along the curves, then offset per curves, and then seed. So all these nodes work in like junction, like it works in together. Like there is not a single node which you can use individually. Like you can use it individually, but it is always a combination of different hair curves in order to get a desired look. So that is a hair curve noise. And then we have roll hair curves. As it says, it is going to roll your hairs. As you can see, it created that frizzle kind of curves look, like a hand drawn kind of look. And we can obviously change. We can also add a subdivision in order to just make it even more smoother. Let's keep it at 1 right now. We can also change the variation. It is not affecting that much, but it is just going to make this much smoother. We can roll it to give it more hand-drawn look. We can change the radius, the depth, the tapering, and then we have option of retaining the overall shape. Let's maybe do this, yeah, 0.5, and then we can still do the randomization in order to get the more hand-drawn look. So if I show you with the Susan, you will see it looks much more like it is hand-drawn, right? We can obviously change the seed, we can preserve the length. Again, we can add a trim curve in order to animate. Let's actually do with Susan. Yeah, so you get the point. So there are many ways we can use this node. So that was the roll hair curve. Then we have a rotate hair curve. What it is doing, it is just rotating the hair curves. As you can see, it is rotating like this. However we want, we can randomizely offset it. We can change the seed, we can lock the end or unlock it depending on what kind of look we want. So that is a rotate hair curve. Then we have shrink wrap hair curves, and in order to use this we need any different object. So currently I have a plane, so let me actually shift it to my center, and as you can see, it is kind of shrink wrapping towards that plane, right? Let's actually offset this. Let's shrink it above surface too much, and we can change the smoothing and we can lock the roots. I like to keep it normal like this, and you can see it is affecting there. And let me actually change maybe to Susan. You can see it's in much better way. It is like shrinking, right? It gives us a weird result, but it is worth when we are doing animation or something. So if I do this, and if I'm doing animation or something, again, most of these nodes are used for very weird and cool looking animations. So it depends how you use it, because everyone's creativity is unique. So this is just few options which I'm sharing with you. Obviously you can explore these ideas in more depth by using combination of different nodes, right? So that was shrink wrap. Then we have smooth hair curves, and as it says, it is actually like a smoothing and sharpening switch. So if I just do -1, it is completely smooth. If I do 0, it is the original one. This is my original cue. And if I do 1, it is completely sharp. As you can see, even in this Susan model, if I do 0, it is completely normal, the original Susan. Then as I go minus, it is smooth. In the plus, it is much sharper. And that is exactly what it is doing. It is also completely modifying the shape, the iterations, which means this smoothing, like a subdivision in between, and the weight of that subdivision. So really amazing node, which is smoothing it out, right? Then we have straighten hair curves, and as it says, it acts like a switch between like straightening means just like our sharpness, and smoothing, it is just going to straighten it out. So this is currently exactly smooth. This is the original one, and this is exactly sharp, which means it is completely straightened up, and that's why it is invisible. And obviously we can tweak the shape however we want. We can preserve the length if we want. So that was straightening, right? Then we have last, which is trim hair curves, and as it says, it is just going to trim the hair curves in very unique fashion. As you can see, on each of this vertex, it looks like it is a triangle, right? And the more we tweak, the more it modifies the shape. We can also replace the original length with the new length here. We can tweak the mask. We can randomize the offset of that edges. We can pin it at any point, so the triangle can be, it can be shifted within the faces, and obviously the seed option. And we can still add the trim curve to get animated look. But this is what the trim hair curves does, and that is the deformation complete. If you want the summary, rewatch this portion, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video, and subscribe to channel so you don't miss the next part.